Wayne Carey, Nathan Brown, Damien Barrett, Brian Taylor, your big team assembled. And no one loves Roaming Brian more than myself, of course, something we actually started on this station years ago, Bristol, of course. You went down as Whispering Brian. Did a magnificent job down in the rooms back then. I've only got one suggestion for you with the segment, and that is you never go to Craig Kelly, otherwise known as Ned, again. The world's most boring man. Gave you nothing when he had an opportunity to give you something. It's all he's got in life is to remotely entertain, because the rest of him is just a galumph. And my suggestion is you never affront him again with a microphone.
Never again. He's had 2 goes this year, and that'll be it. I went over to him and said, gee, you know, your son's in a grand final. You were in a grand final.
Yep.
Boo.
Was he that boring when you played with him?
Yeah. He was just a total
Please.
ball.
He's got a long way to go.
His attitude to me last night was a disgrace.
Good. We'll wipe him.
I'm never going
Give
to
him
again.
nothing.
That's it.
No, I'm with you. I'd appreciate you going down that path. Tell us something you don't know, Nath.
We as a footy club are very good at getting ahead of ourselves. I remember when we were up and flying, we got ahead of ourselves a couple of times. But if they play in the grand final next week...
Richmond.
Yes, Richmond, which I think they will. Somebody has already told me that there's a tattoo parlour not far down the road that is owned by former superstar, small man with real little feet, Jake King.
Jake the Push-Up King.
Jake the Push-Up King. No, I'm not sure how many push-ups he did that way, Jim. I don't think he was a 380, told everybody. But I've been told that 4,000 inquiries to City of Ink about
4,000.
a Richmond Premiership tattoo already. 4,000 Richmond supporters wondering about tattoos.
Well, we can actually confirm that because we might have the little man on the phone right now. Push up.
Hello, JB. How are you, brother?
Do you hear what your former teammate Nath Brown said?
Well, the first disturbing part is that piece of shite, one Nate Brown, was on the Western Bulldogs bandwagon.
Yeah, he was.
That's what you get when you play for 2 clubs.
He said we. I don't like we at all. He's not part of our club, boys. He's the most individual person I've ever come across in my life. As the rest of you boys there know, I'm excited just like every other Richmond supporter out there. And as I'm a man of the people, just like you, JB, in Bristol, not like Nathan, Ducks, thereabouts, but we can still work with you.
Come on, Jakey. So, Jakey, if you had to if Richmond go on and they win and, you know, it goes well for them, if you had to standardise a tattoo, for all Richmond supporters, and you could say, come into Ink City down here in Clarendon Street.
City of Ink.
City of Ink, sorry. Come in down here. We're going to give you all the same standard tattoos so that in 30 years they could all get together and show their tat again. What would you give them and how much would it cost?
Well, that's pretty much how long's a piece of string. A tattoo can either come the size of a 50-cent piece or it can be the size of a back.
The size of a phone. The size of a phone we're looking at.
So I'm happy for you boys because you boys do the right thing by all the Richmond supporters and are on them, and BT, because you and Duck actually picked our boys from the word go.
Yes.
I'm happy to have you boys come up with a number that you think's reasonable. Now, like I said, Nathan Brown actually come up with 5%. Now, he's a twat. So we're not giving him 5%. That's absolutely ridiculous. So I'm thinking somewhere along the lines of at least a minimum 20% off.
20% off.
So
20% off.
At
Nice.
least.
Oh, very good.
And
But
Jakey,
It's not the old car sales thing, though, is it? You overinflate the retail and knock off 20.
Jakey, would you then inject some more money into the overall cost if you do it yourself, though? Because people will want you to do it for them, won't they?
Jeff, in that case, if they're going to get me to do it, but we can actually do it cheaper.
Okay.
So because there's a good chance that Premier's 2017 might be spelt wrong. So we'll give him a discount on that behalf.
Jake, what happened to you as a youngster? Because you've got an enormous sort of really small leg set up and a funny shaped body as well. I'm not sure what happened to you when you came out.
I tell you what, Nathan, read the papers, they don't lie. I'll see you one day soon walking the street. That's okay.
Hey, push up. Outside of Matty Richardson, there is only one man who the Richmond faithful get around, and that's the push-up king. This last fortnight must have been enormous for you. Everywhere you walk, you'd have people leaning out of windows and shops and just getting around the little man that put the joint on the map.
It's actually been pretty good, JB. They've come out of the woodwork, mate. I've absolutely loved it, and believe it or not, I've soaked it up. Soaked it up. I learned from the best. You boys taught me how to do that, so I've been walking the streets, getting free coffees, walking around getting free lunch, and scraping in a dinner there. So Duck taught me about the dinner. So
well, I'll tell you
worked out
what.
well.
If Richmond win, everyone get down to
City of Ink.
and get yourself. He's going to come up with a standardised tattoo the size of a phone.
Tiger.
$100. Get in there, and he'll stamp it on you.
20% off.
20% off the $100. $80.
Now, boys, Nathan said that so does that mean Brownie's coming in to get a tattoo too?
No, I'll see how we go.
Hang on, hey, Jakey, will you be doing? Will you do crows? Because if they get up, I might come and even get myself a crow.
Silly question, Doug.
No, we're not doing crows. At
Did
all.
you know that when he does the tattooing, Jake, he actually has to put 3 phone books on top of each other just so he can reach?
You're a man. I'll tell you what.
No,
These are
don't
fighting
say
words,
it. Don't
push-up.
say it.
Careful, push-up.
Don't say it.
Hey, City of Ink, you'll if they get up, good luck with the business coming your way, little man.
No, thank you, boys. Thanks for having me, and enjoy the day just as much as I will.
I know you will. I know you will. It's I tell you, I've got great mates. I've got my own brother Bristle, who is as rusted on a tiger as there's ever been.
Would he tattoo up?
Oh, he already has, but would go again happily. He'd have it all the way up his arm, the same tat.
Yeah.
It's good, isn't it?
Oh, well, I'm a Richmond man.
Yeah, oh, would you pile in?
What
would
about you, Brownie? Bulldogs last year. You were a disgrace.
It's been a good couple of years.
He just jumps off.
Yeah.
Neither club likes you, Brownie. Neither club likes you.
And yes, they do, Damien. It's 6 as 18 clubs don't like you.
Now.